I'm about to faint. These are raunchy smelling, but they're definitely really cool. And if you guys have ever owned a pair of Jordans at all, whether or not it's the ones or the threes, you definitely do have a nice chemical smell every single time you open that box initially. That eventually goes away. So anyone that's I've actually had comments about this in the past. If you ever smell that chemical smell, it probably means it's a real shoe. So I've had 2 other reviews of the Air Jordan 3 this year. This is probably going to be the last pickup that I do of the Air Jordan 3 just because I'm a little overwhelmed, and honestly they keep releasing the same shoe over and over, and so I have a white and a black color, so that's really all I need. But without further ado, let's get into the review. And this is the Air Jordan 3 Retro, done in the white, fire red, and cement gray color. So the release of this shoe dates all the way back to when the Katrina hurricane happened, and a lot of things, well, didn't go so well with New Orleans. And this was released initially so that they could raise funds for Katrina. And they never released again after that, and so this is the shoe with the fire red that was supposed to be released then. And they didn't officially call it the Katrina colorway, but in the sneaker world, this is exactly what it was. So looking at the color blocking of this shoe, let's look at the upper first. It's a white leather panel over here that's done in a tumbled leather. You can see perforated white on top over here. In addition to that, you will see a very smooth piece of leather that runs across the lateral and medial side of the shoe, going to the other side over here. The only thing of note is both sides are exactly the same. There is this elephant print that's in the front over here in the toe guard area, as well as in the back heel. Looking at the front of the shoe, you're going to see perforated leather over here. In addition to that, some red eyelet stays, and then there is some black plastic over here to finish it off in terms of the lacing. The lacing is done in your typical athletic lace that's flat. The tongue of the shoe is done in a tumbled leather as well. It's actually really soft to the touch with a red Jordan logo over here. So what's interesting, and I think this is of note, so you can see that the Air Jordan logo is over here, but if you look at this shoe over here, which are the black cement 3s, the logo is actually done with the Nike Air symbol over here. There's also a difference between on the bottom as well. So on the bottom of the black cement 3s is a Nike, and then instead on some of the other models it says Jordan. The reason for that is the real main retros dating all the way back to the 1980s when these released. It was actually always done with a Nike symbol somewhere, and eventually that transitioned out. And so Jordan Brand just started putting mainly Jordans on most of their shoes moving forward, because they wanted to create its own brand and its own identity. What's interesting about the shoe is that you can feel that it's painted on in this white over here and this red panel over here. So there is your typical Air unit over here that's done in a very, very small sliver. Then onto the rubber midsole, you can feel that's in the white. In addition to that, you have a much more kind of dotted and structured pattern on the front for traction purposes. You can see that in the gray over here. Looking at the bottom of the shoe, you'll see the outsole done in a red that you can see over here, gray and white, and then finally the Jordan logo that's in the front over here. So what are my thoughts on this shoe? The leather is extremely plush. It's much nicer than my black cement 3s. I'd say that my Tinker 3s are a little better than this, but for the most part, very, very acceptable quality for a Jordan 3. I was really disappointed in the black cements that I have. So the shoe itself is much more comfortable than an Air Jordan 1 if you guys want to look at comfort levels. It really hugs the foot. There's a lot of padding in it. You can see it over here. One of the things about it is that it makes it a relatively bulky shoe, but it's really padded, and the insoles and everything on the inside are super comfortable. The only other thing is that it's super heavy as well, so don't expect kind of a light shoe whenever you buy one of the Air Jordan 3 Retros. In terms of sizing, I would definitely go with your Jordan true to size. Very similarly, Jordan is really good at actually true to sizing, unlike Nike or Adidas, and so I would definitely go with your true to size. Whatever you're wearing in your Air Jordan 1s, your 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s are basically the same for almost all Jordan brand shoes. And that's it, y'all. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave some comments or suggestions on the comments below. Otherwise, if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up as well as a subscribe. And that's it. Until next time, this is the Air Jordan 3 Retro, done in the white, fire red, and cement gray colorway. Peace.